Today we got some new pedals. First I'm going to get rid of my old pedals. Keep those around as spares. Actually, these pedals are not mine, these are for a customer, but just wanted to show you what a few things about them. Today I'm going to be looking at the Garmin Vector pedals. Obviously this isn't a set of pedals in this box, this is an Edge, but you know, as you might know, the Vector pedals are compatible with many of Garmin's products. The Edge, real popular unit, but Garmin makes GPSs for many different usages, not just for cycling. But here's our box, and they did make a nice box. I suppose for the price they wanted to give you something a little extra special with the packaging. Feels good. Nice texture. So we've got a box inside a sleeve. I'm going to pull the sleeve off. Get to the inner box, which has a nice little cover. Comes off easily. It's lined with this high density foam which holds its shape really well. Holds the pedals in place tightly. You might want to keep it for traveling purposes or storage when the pedals aren't on the bike. Well, before I pull everything out, you might ask why you might want power meters built into the pedals as opposed to the rear wheel or the bottom bracket or whatnot. And you know, these can be handy if you're wanting to switch between bikes, if you've got a training bike, a racing bike, time trial bike. You can put them on your track bike for use at the velodrome. So they're pretty nice. So similar in a lot of ways to a Look Keo. You might have noticed that. You've got your tension here, tension adjustment for the spring retention. The special part though is really inside the axle. So if you can see that, there are a series of electrical contacts which interface with the pods. Other than that, pretty standard. So we've got our pedals, we've got our pods, we've got a little box with some things in the middle. The pods are each has their own battery, 2032, pretty common for bike electronics, some watches and whatnot. This little yellow sticker is just a reminder to make sure you use your pedal washers. And then there's an electrical wiring harness on the back, which is flexible. It needs to be flexible for installation, but you want to be careful not to manhandle it too much. You don't want this cable severing. I'll get back to that in a second when I show how to pop them on. Inside the center box you just have your basic thank you for purchasing our product statement. You've got your quick start manual, which is really easy to follow. Tells you how to install, precautions such as needing a 5mm or more clearance between your drive side crank arm and your drive chain. And then basics about cleat installation. 6 different languages. And then your safety information product information. Okay, down to the small hardware, we've got our ant stick unit, which helps your electronic components talk amongst themselves. We've got plenty of pedal washers, because we all know how easy it is to lose small parts when traveling. And then we've got our cleats and attachment hardware. Non-float cleats can be purchased through Garmin, or from Garmin through your local bike shop. Also pedal washers, if you ever run out. Most bike shops will have plenty of these in stock, so give them a visit if you need more. And the hookup. Hookup is pretty simple. You want to make sure to grease your threads. Don't want to put them on dry. I'm going to leave them dry just for the demonstration to keep things clean. But we've got a basic sandwich method of putting it together. We're going to take our pod, slip it on the pedal axle, hold back the wiring harness, put on our pedal washer, hold back the wiring harness to allow it to clear the crank arm, thread in by hand. Always good practice to at least get it started with your fingers, just in case there's any debris or burrs, or if you start it cross-threaded, holding off on the wrench until you know that it's threading in well will help you avoid damaging anything in that case. You do want to torque these down. I'm not going to torque it for the demonstration, but once they are fully torqued, you just take the wiring harness in the back here, press it into the recessed area in the back side of the axle, and it all fits together as such. So, you know, another option out there for you wattage geeks and whatnot, you can get wattage off of both feet, which both legs, which can be handy. Swap between bikes, which is a nice feature. And if you need more information, you could always go to Garmin.com/Vector owners. I'm sorry, Vector owner, singular. And not only do they have information, but they've got videos to help you, which, oh, look at this. This is a unboxing your Vector video. So, hope this helps answer some basic questions as far as, you know, if you were curious how simple the pedals were. Oh, one other thing about the pedals is that they do recommend that you recalibrate them every time you get on the bike. It only takes about 5 seconds, and especially if you're switching between bikes. So that's it, the new Garmin Vector pedals for power readouts, studying wattage, etc. Hope this helps.